Okay.
This is Dr. Shea. I just wanted to kind of explain about what's going on and why your mother is retaining so much fluid.
So quickly, right?
So quickly. Um, Basically, what happens in the liver, it makes a protein. It makes a whole bunch of proteins for the body. This is including stuff like albumin that kind of helps buff up the blood so that water can stay inside the blood vessel.
Okay.
When it can't do that and this albumin isn't produced, the blood the water inside the blood doesn't stay in there, and so it kind of goes all over it. And you know that like our blood vessels run all throughout our body, so it kind of just leaves the water that was supposed to be in the blood vessel, leaves the vessel, and just kind of accumulates all throughout the body, and kind of just sits there and sits there and sits there, and more just kind of gradually accumulates, and that's kind of what happens.
And then what do we do to keep the water where it goes?
Yeah, that's the water pills.
Okay.
So she just has to stay on this medication until she can get the transplant then, huh?
Pretty much. That's yeah.
And then so 6 months, nothing at all, and then she has to follow just through the NA meetings too.
Everything.
Everything, okay.
And what they want is to have you. They like to see very strict adherence. They're very.
Of course.
Because livers, they don't just grow on
Don't
trees,
just
right?
drop
No,
at the
yeah,
front
yeah.
door.
No.
Someone has to donate a liver, or someone passes away and
Yeah.
they're an organ donor.
Right,
They're
right.
not common,
Mhm.
and so they must be extremely selective in who gets a liver.
So how fast can this liquid come back?
It can, it can accumulate
Pretty quickly.
quickly again.
So this medication is going to help it stay off, correct?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you have to be on this.
So if she stops taking these, it's going to come back for sure.
100%.
Okay. All right. So the goal is here to get that transplant eventually.
That
Right.
would be the goal.
Right. Okay. So, all right.
And
No
take
more
all my medicine.
No more fuck ups.
I know.
Absolutely not.
I'm done.
Okay. All
They
right.
also, this is kind of extra. Of course, the alcohol is most important, but
Oh yeah,
nothing
that's
else.
done.
Nothing else.
And then
Is,
eat healthy, of course.
yeah. Of
No,
course.
no processed shit,
Sure.
really.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think once we get to that point, we can start that conversation with Dr. English.
Yeah.
Okay. But in the interim.
I mean, it probably would help out if she lost a little bit of weight too, huh?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna try
Of
to
course,
do
that's going to
next.
be difficult because the weight is also from all of the water.
Right, right.
You want to try to pee as much as you can, but it might be difficult. So I don't want you to be discouraged about gaining weight, but just make sure you have really close follow up. You let Dr. English
So what?
know
Well, I mean,
everything that's going on. Okay.
So, like, what would you recommend her to eat like more organic stuff and?
In terms of diet, I would recommend a low salt diet.
Low salt.
So no added salts. The salts kind of get retained in our blood.
Yeah.
And all of that water kind of quickens it up. You also want to, let me double check this, but pretty sure you should, excuse me, restrict fluid, like how much water you take in a day, but I could be wrong about that.
I know she drinks a lot of water.
I drink
so,
a lot of water.
So
Let me double check about that. I'm not
I
entirely
know you're
sure.
supposed to have a certain amount of water every day. So
Sure.
all right. So I'm gonna stop the recording.
And that way Justin will have his question answered.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.